Megavan and Tolkien nerds, and welcome to another edition of Luminare, where this week we're talking about Earendil. This is going to be a short one, because I really love this poem, so I really wanted to read it to you. It's in the history of Middle-earth, Lays of Beleriand. It's the 3rd edition, but I've got the ginormous version, which has all of the Silmarillion books in one go. So for me it's page 267 if you want to read along. If you've read the Silmarillion, you know Earendil is a majorly important character, and his significance echoes into the Third Age, where Galadriel is using her reflecting pool to catch the light of Earendil as he flies overhead, and she can use the liquid in her reflecting pool and she can bottle it, and she actually gives a bottle of Earendil's light to Frodo, and that's how he can fend off Shelob. So I'm just going to get straight into it. Earendil arose where the shadow flows at ocean's silent brim. Through the mouth of the night is a ray of light where the shores are sheer and dim. He launched his bark like a silver spark from the last and lonely sand. Then on sunlit breath of day's fiery death he sailed from west to land. He threaded his path over the aftermath of the splendour of the sun, and wandered far past many a star in his gleaming galleon. On the gathering tide of darkness ride the argosies of the sky, and spangle the night with their sails of light as a streaming star goes by. Unheeding he dips past his twinkling ships by his wayward spirit whirled, and on an endless quest through the darkling west over the margin of the world. And he fares in haste over the jewelled waste of the dusk from whence he came, with his heart afire with bright desire and his face in silver flame. The ship of the moon from the east comes soon from the haven of the sun, whose white gates gleam in the coming beam of the mighty silver one. Low with bellying clouds as his vessel's shrouds as he weighs anchor down the dark, and on shimmering oars leave the blazing shores in his argent timbered bark. This poem was written in 1914 on a farm in Nottinghamshire before he went to war, where he was living with his maternal aunt. Of course, his mother and father died when he was very young. It was the name Earendil that can be said to be the spark which ignited his tales of Middle-earth. He discovered the name in a series of 10th century liturgical scripts called Christ, the first line of one of which is, and I'm going to try and read in Anglo-Saxon now, Eala Earendel Engla Beorhtast, over Midgard Monon sended. And what that means is, Hail Earendil, brightest of angels, sent over Middle-earth to mankind. And Tolkien has his keen phonesthetic ear, which means he can think of how words make you feel, like his place names Nand and Gortheb. You don't want to go there for a holiday. But then the Belfalas sound quite nice, which is obviously the shores down in Gondor and Mordor. And he has this keen air of how beautiful words can sound, and Earendil really struck his imagination. And he wanted to make an origin mythology for it. And what better than a mariner flying in a flying ship, encrusted with diamonds with a gleaming gem upon his brow. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll be talking to you again soon.